in the black and blue NFC North, it's the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olsen. That's Brandon McManus to get this one underway. Off we go from Green Bay. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Here's the Chicago offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the quarterback from USC, Caleb Williams.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year two. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year two, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year two is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop, and that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
DeAndre Swift, the intended target. And third down coming up. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in. That might make this a first down.
Automatic first down.
On the ground, it's Swift. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Xavier McKinney up there to make the stop.
At the 46-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And we're back at Lambeau Field in just a moment. Bears in possession here to start the second quarter. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8 as we are ready to get back underway. Gonna look deep, looking for more.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
On third down, it's Williams. To the sideline, nice job. They pull that one in, but that is still well short of a first down. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here. It comes with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the shotgun, it's Williams. Off he goes. That's a second charge timeout to Chicago as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
2nd and 5. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Here's Williams on 1st and 10. He'll go right back to Lovely. The Bears go ahead, take their 3rd and final timeout, and it'll come with 15 seconds to play in this first half.
2nd and 6 at the 23-yard line.
It is 2nd and 6. Here's Williams now to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The threat of making a poor decision and throwing a pick is always in the back of your mind, and while you can't play scared, you do have to play smart. If you can't find an open target, throw the ball away, live for the next down.
Santos on for the field goal. A 40-yard attempt.
Santos' kick is good. And the Bears will take a 3-0 lead.
And finally, someone breaks this scoreless stalemate. It's been like a rock fight here in the first half. Make no mistake about it, Mike. With points being so hard to come by here early, they'll take those 3 before the half.
Final moments of this first half, kicking with the lead now, as this one is in the air. He's going to elect not to bring this one out. Probably a wise decision, as this ball comes out to the 35. Love to throw to get started. He's going to go deep, looking for Reed. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered, and that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our studios in Orlando. Scott Hansen with you, and we'll keep it brief because the scoring has been brief. Just one field goal as we play on 3-0. I was promised there'd be touchdowns, so let's find out if we could get one in the third quarter. Send it back out to our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We'll see if adjustments at halftime change the course of this one, likely to play a big role in who's going to walk away with a W. Just one score, one lone field goal. All these two teams could muster in half number one. What awaits us here in the second half? And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. The offense is a little slow to start percolating. 3-0 the score as they begin this drive with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Love. Completes this one. That's Christian Watson. First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that. But it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. 2 plays, 2 nice pickups to start the drive. This one a gain of 18.
45-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 6 coming up. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. Open man is Reed. He's got it. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. The Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get it with just under a minute to go in this football game. Final minute, still 2 timeouts remaining as we get to 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. This one batted away. Good coverage there. It's incomplete. Jalen Johnson had the good coverage and is able to knock that one away.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2 minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
Tucker Kraft was the intended receiver there.
Brings up 3rd down.
And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big 3rd down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
That's a timeout for Green Bay. It'll be their 2nd. They'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in this one.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Here's 1st down. From the gun, it's Love. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 3-yard line.
They'll run with Jacobs. And this one ruined quickly. Take them back to the 5-yard line. Packers going to use their final timeout now as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So here comes Brandon McManus in a pressure situation. This to potentially send us to overtime. So, a big one coming for their veteran kicker. This one he's got to have. This one is on target, and it is good. They have tied things up here in the final minute.
And that's just a big-time kick right there. I mean, think about all the things running through this kicker's head. He knows if he misses it, this game's over. But he's cool. He's calm. He steps up, takes a deep breath, and he knocks it through to extend this game.
So, not much time remaining to get something started. All tied here, late 4th as the kickoff comes. And he will not attempt a return, so this will come out now to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
They'll come up for 1st and 10. Williams. That's a short one, caught by Loveland. That's a second charge timeout to Chicago. And they'll get together prior to the second down play.
At the 43-yard line.
To throw, it's Williams. That's to the tight end, Loveland. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. And the clock will stop. Timeout called with 5 seconds remaining.
I think it's clear, Mike. I think they have their sights set on winning this game in regulation. I don't think overtime is even in the picture. They are trying to be aggressive, continue to move this ball down. Can they find a way to pull this game off here late in the fourth quarter?
On 1st and 10, it's Williams. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. They took one last chance here in regulation. It does not pan out, and we are headed to overtime. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Here's Love. To the left side in the hands of Watson. That's timeout for Green Bay. It'll be their second. And they'll get together prior to the second down play. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he will have the 1st down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains.
A gain of 3 yards.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
This one is caught by Reed. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Packers going to use their final timeout now, and they'll get together prior to the second down play. We'll go play action with Love. Right side, caught by Wiley. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
Back to throw is Love. To the left side, he finds Kraft. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
15 yards.
A pickup of 15 in the air. Good for a Green Bay first down.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
He's brought down at the 31. 1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 31, here is 2nd and 9. On play action, Love. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. It was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Yards to go.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Love. And he did all he could, but he's going to be forced out at the line of scrimmage, well short of a first down. So here comes Brandon McManus in a pressure situation. This to get a leg up in the OT. This kick is good. He knocks it through. And the Packers will take a 6-3 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So the opening drive of overtime yields 3. Can the opponents respond? They receive the kickoff now. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Bears offense getting set to get back to work. Now a first throw here in overtime. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Williams to throw on 2nd down. That's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
A 7-yard
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
The Bears go ahead, take their third and final timeout, and they'll get together prior to the second down play. Williams to the air once more. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
That throwaway certainly isn't ideal in this situation, especially when you're trailing at this stage of the game, but no damage done. Move on to the next play.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Throw it again. It's Williams. A ball deep for the end zone. That one incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Williams. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on 4th and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down. So, it's a win for the Packers. They knew a field goal would do it, and a pressure kick from distance was right on the money. They come away with the victory here in overtime. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olsen and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Packers are winners as we say so long from legendary Lambeau Field.